Specters, welcome back to another exciting week of the Mass Effect Lorecast. I'm your host, as always, In7 the Legend, and joining me is the wonderful Jennasis. Jennasis, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today. It's been a very long day, but I'm excited for tonight.
Yes, and I'm excited for it tonight as well. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently on this episode, and that's because, just to level with you guys, I have had zero time to research any lore because I've been fulfilling dad duty. Long story short, we had to take my son out of daycare. There were some problems there. We're getting it fixed, but in the meantime, since my wife's back at work, it means that I am full-time dad right now. So what that means for us is that we are going to be playing a little game for you all, and all of this episode is going to be completely off the cuff. We do not have any notes in front of us, so I don't know what's going to come out of our mouths. I hope it's appropriate if you're listening to the show with kids in the car, but to be fair, you shouldn't be listening to the show with kids in the car anyway. I think you know that by now. We're going to be playing a game called Mass Effect Guess Who. And if you have Tabletop Simulator on PC, then you can download this mod. It's really fun. If you've ever played Guess Who, then you already know the game. And it's also all the more reason for you to watch the video version because we're streaming the gameplay of it. Basically, in front of us, we have this list of characters, all with their own playing card. And we're going to take turns where one person has a character that they draw from their deck, and it's any character in any of the Mass Effects, and that includes Andromeda, by the way. And then the other player has to ask a series of questions and kind of eliminate the irrelevant characters to ultimately get to who it is. It's a little bit like 20 questions, but in just Mass Effect characters. And this is a game, Jennasis, that we've played many times, many late nights in Discord, having conversations that we will not repeat on air.
Yes. No, this game is a lot of fun because it really tests your inner lore on Mass Effect. Like if I say, is your character part of the Alliance? That one's kind of like easy to figure out, easy to remember, obviously. Like this person's Cerberus, that's a Reaper. They're not part of the Alliance. And so it's really fun just to kind of get in there and test your lore. And I'll also say that it is a wide variety of characters in the version that we're playing, but it's definitely not exhaustive. So there are quite a few, but not everyone.
And speaking of that, so the format of this is we're going to have 2 rounds at the beginning, and then we're going to go to the mid-break, and then we're going to have 2 rounds at the second half. And if we end up with a tie where Jennasis and I have the same amount of points, we'll have a tie-breaking round at the end. And just as kind of a curveball, why don't we make the tiebreaker any character that either one of us can think of? So it's not limited to the choices here in front of us in this game.
Ooh, okay. So we get to pick our own for the final round. Got it.
That's right. Now, Win in chat here says, are you guys only going with canon stuff, or are you doing subjective stuff as well? I think we should go strictly canon. And if you hear me say something that's part of a mod, please correct me, because I've played this game for so long with mods that I find my memories mashing together now. Okay. So without further ado, why don't we get started? I think we agreed in the pre-show chat that I was going to be in the hot seat first, right? So
Okay.
Do you have your character ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So number 1, and by the way, we agreed we're not going to ask really obvious questions like, is this character in Mass Effect 1? So is this character extroverted?
No.
No. Okay, see, I'm glad that I asked. If you had said yes, that would have made things really hard for me. But no, so that must mean this character is rather introverted. So now what I'm going to do in front of me on my screen is I'm going to flip over all the cards that are in front of me that don't apply. So I'm going to flip over all the characters that I believe are extroverted. Okay. I think Chakwas, very fair to say she's extroverted. The elusive man, I don't know. There's an argument there to be made that he's introverted or extroverted, so I'll leave him unflipped for now. Liara is certainly introverted, so I'm going to leave her unflipped. Jack is extroverted. I think that's fair to say. James, 100% extroverted. Yeah, Anderson, I'd say, is extroverted. Ashley, 100% extroverted. I'm realizing there are a lot of introverted Mass Effect characters.
There are.
Garrus is definitely an extroverted one.
You're right. We do end up doing like a lot of speculation and subjective questioning rather than just strict canon, because it's not like there's a database entry on whether Garrus claims himself an introvert, you know?
I think fair to say, after a number of banter conversations I heard in the Nomad, that Nakmor Drak is extroverted. I would say, let's see here. As much as I hate Kai Lang, there's no way that guy's an introvert. He doesn't shut up. Kai Lang. Caden is very introverted, but I would say Joker, for as guarded as he is extroverted. And by the way, part of this I might be wrong about, and that's part of the fun. I might be eliminating the character. So we'll see. Morinth thrives on being extroverted. In fact, that's how she finds her victims. Morden, I would say, is extroverted. Doesn't shut up. Suvi, yeah, I would say Suvi's extroverted. You wouldn't say Suvi's extroverted? I would.
No. Like, she is completely introverted.
Okay.
But
maybe it's been a while. Okay, I'm not really... Okay, Jal, of course. Jal is definitely extroverted. I am not too comfortable, I think, with flipping any of the others, except for Liam. Liam is definitely extroverted. Not very comfortable flipping all the others, or any of the others, because I don't want to eliminate the character on accident. So... Next question. Okay. Is this character friendly to Shepard?
No.
No? Okay, wow. Okay, there we go. See, that eliminates a lot, because Tally is certainly friendly to Shepard. As is Rex. Maybe not at first, but eventually, yeah. Hackett, friendly. Conrad Werner, definitely friendly. Edie, friendly. I've never known Edie to... Well, when she was a VI, but she wasn't Edie then. Cora never even meets Shepard, so I can't flip her. Javik isn't friendly, so I can't flip him. Jacob is friendly.
Depends on your Shepard.
Well, I would say no matter what Shepard you pick, Javik is pretty standoffish and rather blunt. Like, I wouldn't say he's friendly.
Okay. I was like, we had a conversation about a really horrible Javik interaction you can have, and they got really friendly in that interaction.
Well, to be clear, you don't need to be friendly to do that.
It's true. That's why I took it back.
Okay. Kasumi's friendly, if not flirty. Let's see. Okay, we've got Caden. He's friendly as well. Thane is friendly, although guarded. Legion is friendly. He doesn't shoot you right in the chest when he could have. Let's see here. Is Shepard friendly to Shepard?
That's a very personal question.
That is a very, very philosophical question. That is a question that would have Shepard sitting on a therapist's couch like, I don't even know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip Shepard, because when I asked that, is this character friendly to Shepard? When I asked that, if it were Shepard, you would have laughed. You definitely would have laughed.
I would have.
So I'm going to flip Shepard. I don't feel right flipping Miranda. And of course, all the Andromeda characters. I would say Bakara is definitely, or not Bakara, is friendly to Shepard. Zaid isn't really friendly to anybody. Okay. Grunt isn't friendly, really. I mean, eventually, but not really. Okay. That leaves us... Oh, I'm going to flip Liara as well, because she is friendly. Okay. That leaves us with about half the board left, and I got to come up with another question. Is this character someone with a timid demeanor?
I would say yes.
Timid. Okay. So Saren, definitely not timid. Neither is the Shadow Broker, I would say. Sovereign and Harbinger can both be flipped. Wouldn't say they're timid. As is the Archon, not timid. Arya, certainly not timid. Matriarch Benezia, not timid. Javik doesn't know what is appropriate to say and what is not, so I'm going to flip Javik. And, oh, thank you. My wife just brought me some soup. Thank you. Okay. The elusive man is not timid. He will say things. He'll say it like it is. Leave that be for what it is. So I'm going to flip him. Donel Udina isn't timid from the very first moment that we meet him. He's Zaid is the poster child of not timid. As is Grunt. Let's see. Cora is not timid. Have you heard that she works, or she used to train with the Asari Commandos? I had heard something about that. Let's see here. Okay. Is that Thane's son? It is. He's not timid. Nor is Alec Ryder. Nor is PB. Oh my God. Don't make me relive that tackle scene. Nyreen is certainly not. Nor is Vetra. Okay, we only have like a handful of people left. Okay. I would say Gil is not timid as well. Okay, so looking at my selections left, I have a lot of people from Andromeda. Plus Miranda and Samara. So, does this person have a very skilled combat expertise?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then we can flip the riders, both Scott and Sarah, because they can. We can also flip Miranda because she's pretty proficient in combat. And we can flip Tyrion Kandros. He's very proficient in combat. As is Samara. Okay, so we've got 5 characters left possible. And I promised that I would keep this under 10 minutes per round. Now, I believe that we've already gone over that. But 5 characters. Does this person seem particularly... No. Hold on. Let me rethink that one. Would you... No, not that one either, because that's incredibly subjective and not really exclusive. Does this person seem like they have an advanced scientific degree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to flip Jaron Tan because he's totally a biz school major. And Dr. Tapero is a strong contender right now. I'm not sure. Oh man, this is really hard. Kalo Jath probably does to be a pilot. Nak Morkesh, I don't think does, but I could be exposing my own ignorance of Andromeda here. So I'm going to flip Nak Morkesh. And Foster Addison seems like she would have an MBA. So I've got Kalo Jath and Lexi Tapero. Everything that I said before, all the questions that have led me to this moment, I have to ask, is it Dr. Lexi Tapero?
It is not.
No!
I drew Kalo.
Oh, it was Kalo Jath. Okay, wow. All right, that was close. So I didn't get that one. I didn't get that round. So we're going to restart. All right.
So then you highlight all the cards, and there we go.
That's right. I think I highlighted a little bit more than I needed. All right, there we go. Okay, so draw another card. Actually, you know what? Why don't we switch it up? I know I said I'd be in the hot seat the first 2 rounds, but I've been talking a lot. So,
okay.
Why don't I go ahead and shuffle my deck over here? I'm going to draw a card. All right. Now, don't look at the stream, Jennasis.
I am not here. I'll even
All
completely cover my eyes, and you can tell me when I can look.
All right. I've got my character. I'm ready. This is a good one.
Ooh, it's a good one. Okay, I like that. Does your character appear in more than one game?
Yes. Yes.
Sweet. Okay, so that's a lot of people I can flip over automatically.
Ooh.
Basically, anyone in Andromeda. Benezia, that's only one game. Chakwa's Conrad, Cora can go. Edie's there. That's Eve. She's only in one game. Gil's in one. No, my mouse is freaking out. Okay. Jal can go. And then Javik. Hai Lang. Callow. Nyreen. See, that was a good one for me to start off with. Kasumi can show up. Yep, Kelly can show up. Ooh, but nope, not the sun. Kolyat only shows up in one game. No.
Nope. He shows up in 3.
Legions both. Lexi, no. Liam, my sweet boy, you have to go. Morden,
Yeah, that was a great question. I agree. With chat here.
Oh yeah, Morinth can, I guess, technically appear in more than one game. Not as herself, though.
If you make terrible choices, but yes.
Yeah. Drax, Kesh, PB, the writers. Oh, 3 of them can go.
Can we just go back to how what were the odds that you drew Kalo Jath? Of all characters, that was the one that I had to guess. Come on.
I know. I shuffled the deck and drew a card, so...
Oh, I know. It was randomized. No one's fault. Except my own for not being better with the lore, I guess.
No, Vetra's only one. Rex and Zaid. Oh, yeah, Zaid can show up in 3. I had to think about that for a second.
For those of you only listening, not watching, she just eliminated half the playing field with one question.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, because we've played this game a lot. Guess who is fun. But it is also increasingly difficult to think of questions that the other person didn't ask. Ooh, does your person appear on the Normandy?
Okay. You might as well just ask, are they in Andromeda? Yes, my person does appear on the Normandy.
Okay. Uh, Anderson is on. Arya never steps foot on the Normandy. Conrad doesn't get on the Normandy. Anderson does. Kolyat does not.
I wouldn't let Conrad on the Normandy in 1,000 forking years.
Um, I can also. Harbinger does not show up on the Normandy.
He wants to.
Shadow Broker does not. Sovereign does not. The Elusive Man does not. Yeah, that's only in
Technically,
hologram form. I was like, in hologram form, he does. Udina doesn't step foot on the Normandy. Only his voice actor does. Screw that one line episode that I lost. There we go. Okay. That narrowed it down a little bit. Um, hmm. Now this is when things get more and more interesting. I could go for a cheap shot.
what were the last two questions then?
Hey, it wasn't specific. You could have like those were like if you had said that they did show up in only one game, it still would have been an equal playing field. Um, let's see. Okay, I will make it a little bit tougher on myself then. Does your character have a large fan base? Does the Mass Effect fandom like your character?
Okay, just going over here to archive of our own. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Try not to say anything more.
Damn it. I don't think that one really helped me out at all with the people that I have left. I think everybody on this, because I've got basically just the Normandy crew sitting looking at me. They all have a pretty good fan base. Well, that was a wasted question. Um, oh, is your character hot-headed?
Yes.
Okay. Chakwas can go.
Yeah, she's just
can
hot.
go. Yeah, she's just hot. Garrus, I wouldn't call him hot-headed. I would call his head hot, but that's different. Anderson punched Udina. I feel like there's a little bit of a temper in him. And Hackett is pretty level-headed. Jack is off the rails. Jacob's level-headed. James is level. Joker is a wild card. No, he doesn't get angry. Caden, I love you, but you have a lack of spark until that final moment in 3.
Do you feel that, Shepard? The quickening?
The quickening. What? Kelly's pretty level-tempered. Kasumi doesn't get angry, she gets revenge. Thane is cold and calculated. Legion is Legion. Liara is very even. Miranda, definitely. Morden's too adorable. Samara, that's probably against the code. Callie would rather cry than get angry. Okay.
All right, you're getting close. You only have like, I want to say 10 or 11,
8, 10, 11
possibilities left. All right.
Okay.
Who's next? What's the question that's going to win you this?
Well, my go-to is normally, is this a romanceable character? But That would eliminate half the board.
That's a little cheap, though.
It is a little cheap. Okay. Can we see this person in a state of undress? Because Vega takes his shirt off too and isn't a romance option.
Oh man, no.
No, we do not. Okay. So there's Ashley, Jack, Vega. Both the shepherds can go. Miranda goes. Oh, okay. Anderson, Grunt, Morinth, Rex, and Zaid.
Now that's a party I want to go to.
I mean, somebody's getting hurt.
A little bit of a sausage fest, but that's all right.
Yeah. Okay. My last question will be, is it Rex?
What the fuck? Yeah, it is. Did Yukon here in chat ruin that for you? Yukon said, Sam feels the walls closing in. Erdnot Jennasis is getting close to the answer.
I just looked over at Twitch chat. I did not see that. I have not. You could go look back at my eyes on the screen. They have been on my board the whole time.
Tape. No, that's fine. All right, so Jennasis won that one, but it's not over yet. We're going to take this moment and go over to the bin break. All right, here we go.
We have beef, we have bacon, we have beer, the foods of my people.
Young men have funny ideas of what Asari are like. I blame the extranet and computer games.
Rex? Shepherd. Grunt? Shepherd. Rex? Grunt?
All right, and here we are in the middle of the show. This is where we give a special shout out to our Tier 5 patrons, William, Kira C, Lieutenant Tocino, Superfly 440. Sorry, 1 second, my tab just closed. I have Patreon over here. That's very unfortunate. All right, hold on. We're going to edit this in post-production. That's what we're going to do. All right. There we go. Tydega, I believe I pronounced that correctly, which Tydega is also a new patron. Unfortunate Benefactor, Retrobot, Ed Boy, and I think I already said Kira C, but Kira C. All right. Thank you to our Tier 5 patrons. And Jennasis, I don't think that we actually got any new Apple reviews, unless you saw some. I did not, but I did see a particularly kind comment left on our Spotify. So let me go ahead and read this out. This one was on the, where is it? Okay, now Spotify's not showing me the comments on our episode. So that's cool. But anyway, we'll read it next week, I guess. That's awesome. Thanks, Spotify. There's your product placement right there. Now they're loading. Okay. Awesome. Nope, just kidding. They're not loading. Anyway, this has been a stellar production of the Mass Effect Lorecast. If you have a 5-star review, you can leave it on Apple Podcasts or comment on the latest Spotify. And if Spotify wants to, it's going to show me the comments, and we'll read it in this review section. Am I forgetting anything, Jennasis? I'm running on very little sleep.
I don't think that we have a planet card to read out this week, and I did not prep you a good one-liner to try and guess. I could pull one out really quick, but I haven't fully cultivated one. So unless you've got any sound bites that you want me to guess out the gate, I think we can get back into this fun little episode that we're having tonight.
All right. I am anxious to get a point on the board and hopefully not end with a goose egg, hopefully not Callow Jaff again, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get back to it.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Solarian reproduction different, very little sex drive. If intended to try human, would try you. Ow, my pancreas.
All right, and we're back. Jennasis, have you chosen your character yet?
I have not. Whoops, I just threw a card off the board. That's not how this game works. I don't want that character.
Oh.
And now they're falling off the board.
They're literally falling off the board, yep.
Yep, they are falling off the board. I can't pull Rex because that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that would that would be a little ridiculous.
Okay.
All right, we're ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is this character above the age of 35?
No. I'll pull the wiki on it just to verify, but off the bat, I'm gonna say no.
All right. Off the bat, no. I think we can eliminate Harbinger from that. I think he's older than 35. What do you say? Same with Sovereign. And I would probably say that Saren is older than 35. Same with the Elusive Man, Daneludina. Rex is definitely older than 35. Same as Drac is like 35 times 10. No, times 100. My math isn't good. Admiral Hackett is a very old 35. No, I remember during our Hackett episode, we were actually shocked to discover that Hackett is not nearly as old as he looks. He's just had some rough years. Alec Ryder, certainly older than 35. Ernat Bakara, I would say, older than 35. I don't think there's anything indicating that she is. Same with Dr. Chakwas, Matriarch Benezia, of course. Javik, certainly older than 35. He's thousands. Liara is a ripe young 106, 109 by the end, right? Arya, definitely older. Archon. Man, I can't remember how old Jal is. I would say Legion's gotta be older than 35. The Morning War happened far before then. You had a little bit of a hesitation. You said that you had to verify.
And I have verified that this character is under the age of 35.
Okay. All right. I know Morden is close to 40. Morden is supposed to be close to 40, but I don't know specifically how old Morden is. Samara's definitely older than 35. I'm looking at the characters I got left, and I don't really know if any of these people are older than 35. Well, Tapero, Dr. Tapero's got to be older than 35. She'd be a child. As would Morinth. I don't know. Oh, well, Anderson. And I don't think we have any clue how old the Yogg Shadow Broker is. Zaid's older
one more
than 35.
person. There we go.
Yep, there we go. All right. I think that's pretty much everyone that I can eliminate because Shepard is younger than 35. As is Ryder. So, on to my next question. Would you bang this character?
No.
No? Okay, that's a definitive no. That's a definitive no. I'm glad that I asked. All right. So, let's see. I'm going to leave Jack unflipped.
I mean, we did warn the people that it could get weird after the mid-break, so we are in the weird.
All right, we are in the weird. I'm going to flip Jaron Tan because I don't really think that he's your speed. Same with Callow Jaff. I am gonna flip Koliot. Don't think Koliot's your speed either. Same with the Yogg Shadow Broker. Making executive decisions about Jennasis's disposition right now.
With my husband in the chat.
Yeah, that's true. Foster Addison. I don't think you're into Foster Addison. Nor are you into Joker. That would kill him.
I am into Seth Green, though.
Fair. Let's see. I don't think PB is your speed.
Okay, but Sam, I said that I would not.
Oh, right. Did I mess up flipping these?
No, I mean, as of right now, you have not flipped
Okay,
my
just
person,
PB.
but I just wanted to verify that you are flipping over people that I would.
That you would. Oh, God. Okay, I gotta go back. I think that I flipped over everyone that you wouldn't.
Yeah, but my character is still on the board. Now start flipping people I would.
Oh, wow. You're giving me an escape ladder here. Okay.
I am. I'm being nice.
All right. You're being very nice. Nicer than I deserve, really. Okay, so I'm going to flip people you would, which means Jack is getting flipped for sure. Miranda is getting flipped. Garrus is getting flipped. So is Grunt. No, Grunt's your little baby. I'm not going to flip Grunt.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to flip Caden because I know you romance Caden. Ashley and James are both getting flipped. Let's see. Shepard's getting flipped. That's a fair
I'm
bet.
not arguing.
I know you're not going to comment. You know what? After the last episode, I'm going to flip Kelly.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to flip Kasumi. Let's see here. Would you bang Edie? I don't know. I'm going to leave Edie unflipped just to be safe. I'm not comfortable really flipping any of the other people, especially not Jal, Gil's wheezing. Okay, next question. This one's gonna be.
Also, screw you for leaving Tai Lang on the board.
I was wondering if you were gonna notice that. I knew it wasn't Kai Lang. Okay. Wait, I left Kai Lang on the board because you wouldn't. This is a character that you would not.
Oh, you're right.
See, now you're getting confused.
You're right.
All right. That's why I left Grunt on the board as well. All right.
I'm getting confused.
Does this person likely weigh above 150 pounds?
That's a really difficult one.
See? This is why they pay me the no bucks right now. Because I'm unemployed.
You know what? I'll say yes. They most likely weigh over 150 pounds.
Okay. All right. So it would have been extremely easy for you to answer that if it were Grunt. So I'm going to flip Grunt. Also would have been very easy to answer if it were Nakmor-Kesh. So I'm going to flip Nakmor-Kesh. I think Jal very clearly weighs over 150. Very clear Jacob does as well. He's pretty shredded. Kai Lang is around the same size. So I'm going to flip Kai Lang. Okay, you said likely yes, but it did take you a little bit. Conrad Werner, I'd say likely, like that's pretty obvious. Both, well, Scott Ryder maybe, and Sarah Ryder. Actually, now I'm not too sure. Leave Scott unflipped just to be safe. Okay. Liam's pretty shredded as well, from what I remember. I'm gonna flip Liam. And Thane is extremely skinny, and I don't know how dense Drell tissue is. Have I flipped your character?
No.
Okay, nice. So we've got like a dozen characters left, about that. Does this character wear a visor?
Yes.
Yes. All right, that was a cheap question. That was an extremely cheap question. I'm gonna flip Morden. I'm gonna flip Suvi. I'm gonna flip Thane. Flip Cora. I'm gonna flip Gil. Tyrion Kandros. Nyreen Kandros. PB. Ryder can wear a visor. So we've got Ryder, Vetronix, Tally, and Edie left. Okay. Let me think. Oh man, this is tough. Okay. Is this person a goody two shoes?
No.
No. Okay. Is it Vetronix?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Got it. I am on the board. Cue the applause. The fact that you answered so emphatically with no, I was like, it's got to be Vetra.
Yeah.
All right, nice. All right, so your turn now. This is for the game. If you get this one, you win. So,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get my board set.
And before the fandom comes at me, you date Garrus, but not Vetra? Yeah, I have a Garrus Vicarian thing, not a Turian thing. There's a
Fair.
big difference.
Very fair. Wow. I got pulled 2 Andromeda cards to guess in a row.
I know. Well, let's see. The other one that I was just like, no, I can't do this one was Kandros. And that was just like...
Tyrion Kandros.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Kandros to be able to confidently answer questions.
Wow. Could have been 3 Andromeda characters. All right.
I know.
Let me draw a card here.
Oh, yep, covering the eyes.
All right.
So you can show chat.
All right. Yep, I'm good. I'm not gonna redraw.
All right. Is your character ever seen wearing a helmet?
Yes. That's a good good question.
Flip over the director. Anderson technically can, if you're playing very fun in Mass Effect 3 and toggle on the helmet in the opening. Arya, where's an Asari version of a helmet? Ashley, yes. Benezia, no. Chakwas? Maybe. It's like a face mask.
Okay.
Conrad, yes. Cora, yes. Edie. Bakara, I don't think we ever see her in a helmet. Gil never leaves the ship, so no. Grunt. Hackett, no. I can also easily flip Harbinger. A lot of people. Oh, Kai Lang we only see in his visor, not a helmet. I guess, would we count, like, for Asari, they only wear the face mask, but Joker also wears a similar face mask. Are we counting that as face mask or helmet?
I'm going to go with a strict definition of helmet. So helmet is helmet. You know, visor
Helmet
is face mask. No.
Okay. Then I will flip Joker. And...
Well,
so many Andromeda people to flip through.
Just to be a little bit of a devil's advocate with Joker. In the beginning of Mass Effect 2, he does kind of have a helmet. When he's wearing that breather. aboard the Normandy as it's getting shot down.
Okay, so helmet and breathers. Yes, okay. Kelly does not. Kolyat does not. Thane does. Legion does not. He doesn't need one. Lexi does not. Liam, Liara, Miranda, Morden, Morinth, Samara. Kesh does not. Writers, Sarian, no. The Shadow Broker, no. Sovereign, no. I don't think we ever see Suvi. And the fact that you were very happy about your character kind of leads me to think that it's not an Andromeda one.
You can think what you will. I'm not going to say anything else other than that.
Yep. Okay. So I've cut it down quite a bit. Oh, the elusive man never wears a helmet. That would fudge up his hair. Okay. All right. Is your character part of... No, not part of the Alliance. Actually, you know what? That was a question I asked in the pre-show, so I'm going to ask it now. Is your character a part of the Alliance?
Currently or ever?
Ever.
Yes.
Okay, so that gets rid of Arya, Conrad, Cora. I don't think Edie's ever technically enlisted into the Alliance. Garrus is not Alliance. He's former CSEC. Grunt is my baby and not. Jack is Alliance, I think. Yeah. Now I'm remembering the tattoo conversation. Jacob and James, Javik, no. Nyreen, I don't remember. No, Nyreen's not human.
I just dropped
No.
an extremely spicy take in the Twitch chat. You were talking about Garrus being former CSEC, and I said, Garrus is a mall cop wanting more power. I said what I said.
I mean, I'm not gonna deny that, but rude?
Why won't you let
DJ
me beat
Dark
prisoners? I'm quitting.
DJ Dark Seraph just says, I was just going to call him Paul Blart. My Garrus is not Paul Blart. That's just rude.
Oh, man. Garrus Blart. Paul Vicarian.
Paul Vicarian. No, thank you. Flipping a lot of people. Tally's not. Vetra's not. Rex is not. I can't remember all of Zaid's backlore right now. But I'm looking at it, and I believe all of these people are at least former Alliance. Okay, so let's take a look at who they are and ask. All right, I'm gonna flip it on you, buddy. You opened the door. Would you bang your character?
No.
Okay. There flips Ashley and Chakwas, Jack, Bemshep. It's also difficult because I feel like if things were different, I could probably flip a few more characters, just like who they are. But I'm going to keep where I'm at right now. That was a pretty solid no.
Bold of you to assume I wouldn't bang Anderson.
I mean, you've banged Caden on stream, so...
Regrettably so, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my only Femshep playthrough.
Hmm. I can't even ask that one.
All right. What were you thinking?
I was thinking, all right, would I bang your character? But that would only flip like one or two more. So I'm going to go with. Do we ever see them in the cockpit of the Normandy?
No.
Okay. That eliminates Joker,
Definitely. Yep.
Hayden, Shepard.
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
I mean, Hayden's only in the cockpit for one scene, but it counts, damn it. It counts.
Nihilus gave you a compliment, so you hate him.
Yeah. And now I'm just really trying to remember now if Anderson was in there or if he only showed up in the rear in that opening sequence. I know. Don't laugh at that.
Anderson only shows up in the rear, never the cockpit.
Okay.
Joker, status report. Anderson shouted from the rear.
You know, I'm looking at a pretty dang fine looking group of men here. I've got Anderson, Jacob, James, Liam, Alec, and Zaid. Is your person a daddy?
Do you mean that
children?
like daddy, like...
Have they fathered children?
All right. Yes.
Anderson,
Glad that I
no.
clarified.
Jacob, no. Vega, no. Liam, no. Is it Alec Ryder?
It is Alec Ryder. Yep. That was a great question about him fathering children. Because we don't actually know if Zaid has fathered any children, right? As far as I know.
I feel like it's implied.
Yeah. Probably.
I think he says that he has a few bastards running around, but it's never actually Wait, no. We do know that Zaid has kids because he shows up in Andromeda, if I'm remembering my lore correctly. I have to double check that fact, but I really feel like it.
Oh, man. Wow. I need to replay Andromeda. That's what this is teaching me. Anyway, with that, congratulations. You have won Mass Effect Guess Who. And the crowd goes wild. I don't have a applause sound effect. Otherwise, I'd play it, but I don't have one.
Ooh.
And can you
play
believe
my favorite Arya clip?
Don't fuck with Arya. Is that the one? Yes, yep. I gotcha. Here we go. Yep.
Don't fuck with Arya.
I think that played. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows? Anyway, don't fork with Jennasis. Jennasis is the champion of this Mass Effect Guess Who round. And Jennasis, would you look at that? We are at almost exactly 1 hour. So our production capabilities are out of this world. We did not plan that. But I hope everyone enjoyed this kind of supplementary episode of the Lorecast. I understand that it probably doesn't play that well on audio only. But we wanted to be able to give you something this week instead of just calling off this week's episode entirely. You know, I've been struggling to keep up with different things here and there, and it's been a rapidly kind of evolving home situation with my son and my wife going back to work. And but nevertheless, I feel this weekly obligation to you all, so I wanted to be able to give you some kind of episode. I hate it when we have to skip weeks, and Jennasis, I know you do too.
Yeah, I really do hate missing weeks of the Lorecast, not only because I love chatting Mass Effect with you, but also I like having the fan interaction and being able to talk about this week's lore. And so I will also say that, yes, Bane Masani, he technically never knew his father other than the fact that he was a big-time mercenary and gained the same last name.
Ah, yes, the Blue Suns. You think mercenaries are your ally?
I don't know how well that's coming across. I'm speaking into a cup because that's what you have to do in order to replicate the Bane voice, but wrong Bane.
Yes. So there's that one on that. I was able to fact check that really quick. I'm glad that I remembered Zaid had a son. But yeah, no, this episode really was fun for us. And, if anybody wants to, and especially now that we are both open about who we are on Steam, we can play Tabletop Simulator with other people. It is a lot of fun when we've got like a little crowd watching over or other people joining in and asking questions. There are multiple versions of this game available, and it's a lot of fun as well. So
that would be fun if people wanted to host, community Mass Effect Guess Who nights. That'd be fun. If people have PC and they have Tabletop Simulator is also not like super intensive on your PC. So if you got like a potato graphics card, don't worry about it.
Yeah, a lot of people can run it for sure.
Yeah.
So this was fun. I'm glad that we were able to record this week.
I am too. So a little update on next week and probably the week after that for like at least 4 or 5 weeks. We've got an exciting series of episodes coming that's focused on a single character. Has very big implications for the lore, especially when it comes to having an inside look at what indoctrination looks like. And that is Paul Grayson. He is one of the main characters of the trilogy of Mass Effect novels. He's the father of Gillian Grayson in those novels, and he is a double-crossing Cerberus agent. So if you haven't read the novels, I'm sure you're going to love these episodes. If you have, hopefully we can teach you something that you forgot about or didn't learn. Anyway, Spectres, that's all we got for this week. Until next time, I suppose we should go. Take care, Spectres.